Recording.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah, shit, we are. Welcome to the PatCave, a podcast where we talk all about superheroes, pop culture, nostalgic TV and movies we grew up with. I'm Pat Clark, your host, and with me, as always, is Batman Booty.
Alfred, the Riddler has invaded the PatCave.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Alfred, look. It's the Riddler.
Is he talking to us?
Alfred.
Hey, you got to get closer to the mic there.
Oh, sorry. Alfred. It's the...
I gotta take this off.
Yeah, I tell you that. There you go.
Smells like a fish.
Today, guess what we're watching, Booty?
Batman Forever from 1997.
One of your favorites,
Oh.
might I add.
Yeah, the nostalgia is really strong for me in this one. 4-year-old Booty was just in awe of Batman in a cape. And I was just so, like, googly-eyed from all of the cool car chases and
Nicole Kidman.
And yeah, no. I mean, like, yes. Yeah, like, I definitely realized, like, oh, my God, that lady's
In underwear on
Yeah.
a skyscraper.
a dominatrix.
We'll get all into that later. We're going to talk about the box office, our nostalgic connection with it, things we loved and maybe didn't love. So, Booty, this was your pick for this week.
We should start out the PatCave right for 2025. Like, we got to get into a groove, and we might as well start off with a classic that I think belongs in the Batman universe.
Yeah. And I gave him some parameters. I was like, let's make it superheroes.
Yeah.
How about something Batman with Val Kilmer?
Yeah, this one I would consider my favorite. The tones are dark and cool. I love the feel of Gotham. But it is also just nostalgia because this was the first piece of any superhero film that I was ever exposed to.
Val popped your cherry.
Yeah, I don't like it when you say it like,
Val smashed your cherry.
yeah. All right.
You said you saw this in theaters, correct?
No, I saw it on the couch in the living room, probably over a bowl of cereal that I spilled.
Because we were like 4 or 5.
I didn't know left from right.
Yeah, and we clearly didn't care that it was a recast.
Right.
Or there's a new director.
Yeah, I had no idea the
Yes.
sequel existed. Did you?
All I know is my parents showed me this one because it was kid-friendly.
Yeah.
Opposed to the last ones that Tim made.
And then how soon after was your birthday party that was themed like this?
On my 5th birthday, the summer of.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm a June 30th birthday.
Okay.
And so this might have been like a summer blockbuster movie. I'm not sure
Yeah.
when it came out.
June 16th, 1995, 2 weeks later.
Yeah, so I was born in 92. So this must have been maybe my 4th birthday. I don't know, but we'll
It's
cut to
simple
it right
math.
here. I
You
got...
were- oh, yeah, you were 3 when this came out.
No way. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
91 or 92?
I was born in 92.
You were 3 when this premiered in theaters. But it probably came
Wow.
out on, like, DVD then, I would say.
Yeah, because I don't think I was going to theaters at 3.
Yeah, and I wasn't either. This was a hand-me-down. My brother's 13
Okay.
years older than me.
Sure.
And then he and one of his ex-girlfriends, like, Kiss from a Rose by Seal, which is really sad and about a funeral, is, like, his relationship song.
Baby, if I could kiss a rose on your Val Kilmer's lips. Oh, baby.
Can we talk about some of the merchandise we have out on the table?
Shampoo,
Yeah.
Batman. I don't have my conditioner, Gordon.
I'm gonna strike you, and then I'm gonna be the real villain of this podcast.
So you've seen it a lot, right?
Yeah, I've seen it quite a bit.
I think it held up in a different way for me.
Really?
It was more of a comedy.
Yeah, I
and
see what you mean.
It was lighthearted, but also
It's confusing.
it was.
Yeah,
Which
hence all the
tone?
question marks strapped to your jacket.
In the fantastical world, it was refreshing watching this again because of The Dark Knight, that movie. They've made Batman a little more realistic.
Yeah.
I want to see this stuff in James Gunn's Brave and the Bold. He could watch these and take some notes from it.
Certainly, like, there is some wacky, like, stunts with, like, the worst looking plastic cars, but
97.
97.
Yeah.
There's this really cool part where the Batmobile exits the Batcave, and you kind of, like, watch it go up different bridges and kind of exit, and you really get a good picture of what Gotham looks like in that scene.
It's like towering over you.
Absolutely.
And it's so narrow, and it's just one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Yes, and kind of true to the animated series, like, it gave that vibe. I thought that was executed well.
Yeah.
And when you think about the realism of, say, The Dark Knight or Robert Pattinson's, you're gonna be left in the lurch hoping for better. But this is what we grew up with. This is what we had. This is like our roots, sort
Yeah.
of, and that's why I was so happy to watch this with you.
So, and your Batman is Val Kilmer.
He's not my Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
He also was like part of the marketing campaign for like Pepsi commercials. He was like featured in a lot of like fast food commercials.
Drive-through. Like,
yeah.
I'll get drive-through. Let's talk about the cast. We got Val Kilmer. We got Jim Carrey. Tommy Lee Jones, Nicole
Yeah.
Kidman, iconic.
Some guy
Cast.
that played Commissioner Gordon.
That guy who did nothing.
Yeah, I got his name written down.
And that's funny because now that you mention it, him and Alfred, which is the shirt that you're wearing, nice nod to that.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be Alfred, but I'm supposed to be Batman. We didn't really workshop it.
It's what he had in his closet.
Yeah.
They were the reoccurring roles
Batman and Batman Returns.
because this was written for Michael Keaton in mind. And I heard in an interview he read it and was like, "This is the stupidest script
yeah.
I've ever."
Alfred, I was fine with. I didn't think he
He's
was an
one of my
issue.
favorite Alfreds, honestly.
The car. Like the
Yeah.
moments where he's upset are great.
Yes.
They're really wonderful. I liked his interactions with Chris O'Donnell as well.
Yeah, he definitely plays more of a father figure in
Yes.
this role than like just a butler.
To piggyback off of that, like, do you prefer Alfred to be of the like older cast or the younger cast? Because we've seen kind of both in media. We've seen a couple of different takes of Alfred. What do you prefer?
I'm kind of sick of the badass Alfred because usually like they've written backstories for Alfred and part of the CIA or British intelligence and
Oh
stuff
my
like
God,
that.
Pennyworth. There's a whole. I
Exactly.
forgot about Pennyworth.
So what'd you think of the Alfred and Robert Pattinson's?
Oh
He's-
man,
he's-
Andy Serkis.
Yes.
Andy Serkis is kind of like Alan Tudyk. Those two actors are very flexible. You can put them in so many different roles. A little too young,
Okay, gotcha.
but still believable.
Okay.
That's
Now,
just how
let's
I
talk about
feel.
Chris O'Donnell in this.
Yeah, and laundry.
So while we were watching it, we're like, okay, that man is 25,
Yeah, that man has a tax return he still needs to file.
and he doesn't. Does Bruce adopt him in this? Did I miss that?
Oh no, that totally happens because Bruce, we didn't see paperwork signed, but Bruce like sees him looking down at his dead family and he's like, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask this guy I've never met to live with me."
You're coming home with me.
You're gonna live with me now.
Well, Commissioner Gordon comes with him and goes, he has nobody.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, did Bruce... I might have missed where Bruce Wayne reached out.
But the other option is we get a film with Commissioner Gordon and Dick room together.
I think that's the only route they could take with a grown man Robin,
Yeah.
not a boy, which a boy wouldn't have worked in this
Yes.
film at the time, I think.
You had a great point. It's like, how did Robin not know that about Bruce Wayne to accuse him of not getting it?
Yeah, he was just like, you haven't had your whole family... Very specific. You haven't had your whole family taken away from you
By a madman.
by murder.
Yes,
Yes,
I
I have.
did. Yeah.
Yes,
it's
I
very,
did.
very
Yeah.
strange.
The Wayne Hospital. He's like, that's my dad's. He was killed.
Mm-hmm.
When we were watching it, it just felt like it was pieced together, just action scene, build up to action scene, action scene.
It's clear that things were cut from this because then the transitions like turn into just like they're suddenly at the Batcave or
Hopping all around, man.
oh my God,
Yes.
why is that child in the My Chemical Romance video on screen?
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
like we read online that there is maybe a Schumacher cut in his safe,
Or he threw it in the fire.
but no one's seen it. But like it gave some backstory to Two-Face. Maybe a lot of those in-between scenes that you
like
can just
the-
tell were cut.
The Gotham newscast where they show him in court.
Yeah, you even said, you're like, I bet that was a deleted scene.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And I wish that we could have seen it. I'm also just curious, like, how much more did they have? How long was this film intended to be for
Exactly.
kids?
2
Kids got to
hours?
go to the bathroom.
Back then, 2 hours was a long movie, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like now it's standard for superhero movies or action movies or whatever.
I think you and I probably, like, we were the kids that, like, had all of our toys out on the carpet. And, like, we were like, yeah, I'm going to watch Batman. We weren't really, like, we heard it, we listened to it, we watched it, but we were playing with our toys while we watched it and we didn't, like, catch some stuff.
No. This is perfect for kids. And he literally was told, the director, to make it a toy commercial.
Yeah.
Make it profitable for McDonald's, toys. Just look at all the shit I bought
Yeah.
from the movie. We got the McDonald's glass
Oh,
cups.
yeah, the little mugs.
Yeah, I got the toy figures. I got
Yeah.
these erasers back here. We bought it all. They did their job.
They did their job. Like, we're surrounded by your love, and I think it originates with those films. And it's really cool to see, like,
Yeah.
it's cool to like be where we're at right now in the year 2025, like what they've done versus what we started with. And I like the growth.
And appreciating this film in a different way.
Yeah,
Which is really cool.
I love it.
Now, you know what didn't work?
Batman and Robin.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah, we'll keep it on this film.
But he's just doing Jim Carrey. He even says the same line after Jim. Like, "Ha!"
They
He's
laugh
like,
the same
"Ha!"
way.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that's not Two-Face.
Yeah, it's very clear, and there's stuff online to back this up, but Jim Carrey did not have a good first impression with Tommy Lee Jones, and I don't think that there was ever any, like, documented, like, clashing between the two, but it was clear that, like, Tommy Lee Jones was not the featured villain. He was sharing screen time, and then Jim Carrey did Jim Carrey. I think Jim Carrey had a blast. I think Jim Carrey went for it. I think Tommy Lee Jones, you can see how mad he is.
They're having a dick swinging contest almost.
They're having a dick swinging
Yeah.
comic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, put it in the comments.
they're having a dick swinging contest.
Yeah.
The guy is talking about himself in the third person. Can you talk about that for a second?
Yeah, the first time he said, we're going to go to the,
Yeah.
the bank and rob it, I was like, wait, did he just say we?
Yeah,
And
or
it was
he mentions us.
Us.
He uses
Don't let us fall. And it was weird because I'm like, whoa, he usually is either Two-Face or Harvey.
Yes, and that much has been clear to me based on Aaron Eckhart.
He drinks 2 glasses out of each cup. He has 2 cigars, sugar and spice. So like, instead of a dual personality, that would
And
take
that-
some effort.
And I will say that, like, what did accidentally complement that was the world around him. Like, sometimes, like, the reporters that, like, walk up to, like, Bruce, who are you with? They're, like, walking, like, Twinkle Toes Dr. Seuss characters.
Yeah.
Like, there's clearly, like, a disconnect between the director and Tommy Lee Jones. They both kind of just did their own thing with this universe, and I wish that there was more attention to the comic book origins.
Yeah. What did the fans think? What did the critics think? Rotten Tomatoes, where does this rank?
Reviews for this are overall mixed. Rotten Tomatoes gives this a low 40, and then like the average fan approval was like 5.1 out of 10. I'm glad it got made. I'm glad that we have it.
Yeah.
Val Kilmer still did his best,
Yeah.
I think.
I thought the bat suit was great. The effects, like Gotham, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Great. You take him out of the suit and do all this shit with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Garbage.
I know.
You know. But she does make movies better.
Yes, she that was incredible.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
You make movies better.
I find it a challenge to find dialogue worse than in Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith.
You're so beautiful.
It's only because I'm so in love.
No. No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
So love has blinded you?
Right on par.
Right there.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Is there any like fun facts or anything like nuggets of information that we missed?
That we missed, not so much. I mean,
I know you said Val Kilmer had a documentary and it was great.
yes. Through the documentary, like he really got into the painstaking effort that it took him to like really have fun with this character. This is what Kilmer had to say about his time in the Batsuit.
Do about an hour of acting and then you fall down. Hyperventilate and need oxygen and water. Really, it was about an hour because it doesn't breathe, so you lose a lot of weight.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing, he was
Yeah.
very constricted.
Yeah.
He couldn't move around a lot, but he was pretty much deaf. So he did have to focus on like because of the costume. So he had to focus on like reading lips.
No ear holes. Yeah.
He must have had to
Yeah.
have that script memorized to
Wow.
and front, dude. That's
Yeah.
insane to me.
And they might have even done just like quick cuts and be like, here's your line. you
Yeah.
know?
He mentions that like he was out in Africa and like this is on him. He didn't read the script. He also was not exposed to the comics. And that to me feels like a failure. Like I wish that they would have cast someone that did. And also, failure for Val Kilmer. I don't think he wants this in his Juilliard reel. I don't think this is a good showing from Val Kilmer.
Yeah, but I'm sure the money is great.
Yeah, I'm sure the money.
It did well enough to lead to the 4th film, which
Yeah.
was even more toy centric.
Less
George
acting.
Clooney, less acting. Yeah. And I don't think we're going to touch that one.
Not with a 10-foot
No.
Riddler stick.
No, but Jim Carrey's great in this role.
Uh-huh.
It sparked a stereotype of like crazy scientist obsessed with the CEO. And like, I mean, I can think of the next movie you got. Pamela Isley, Poison Ivy, glasses,
Yeah.
nerd, crazy, and then you got like Jamie Foxx in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, it's just there's tons of other examples too, but like I know this was back then, but like very base level.
Derangement.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't like my invention. Yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, it sets him off.
Yeah.
But I think that like was his justification for why he's about to lose his shit versus Two-Face is just kind of crazy to be crazy. And I get like the comparison of crazy if you're going for that as like your villainous label.
Yeah.
But you're right. Like it was so confusing at times because it just felt like they were they were doing the same thing.
You think it would have been better without Tommy Lee in this?
I do think that it would have been better without Tommy Lee in this.
Damn.
Yeah. I still got some notes that I kind of want to talk about that we can like
Look
cut
through 'em
into
real
the
quick.
stuff. I think there's too much leather in this movie. We didn't even talk about the nips.
It's rubbery
Yeah.
leather.
It's like a Hot Wheels track.
Nipples,
Yeah.
junk,
Grundles. Yeah. And it's weird that like he's like, yeah, Alfred was knitting in the back. Like it's like just weird that he gave him credit for like making these suits.
Looks better than the last movies. I think.
Sure.
I think it looks cool.
It does.
It really does look cool.
And the Robin suit, they should have just called him Nightwing. It would have been way cooler and different. If
I would have hated that.
You would have hated it.
Yeah,
I feel you.
just to jump to it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I feel that.
But also, it's like why you have a grown man in your house. The laundry scene, doing karate ninja,
my God, the
doing
laundry
karate
scene.
laundry.
Nicole Kidman is a terrible therapist. She's making out with her clients. She's just one of them. She's going over to their places of their house. Like she is breaking all of the rules.
She turned on the bat signal in her underwear.
In her underwear. Oh, didn't you love the question mark over the bat symbol?
Classic.
So like
I loved when the cop went, the stupid cop to the right. Who's doing that? Maybe the Riddler.
Yeah.
Like idiot. It's a big question mark in the sky.
one of my personal favorite quotes. Oh no, it's boiling acid. Like there's so many. Like I quoted this movie. I would do the weird dance in the laboratory when he's sucking out the brain. Like there's so many. Like I think that this is maybe not the best Batman film, but it's such like a great Jim Carrey moment.
No. Looking back, it's definitely a misunderstood masterpiece. Let's get into scores.
Yeah.
Your Batman Forever booty score.
I regard this as like a good starting point for any fan of the series. Now, for those of you that grew up in a younger environment than we did, you have the best cinema in 2007 coming out, I think, with Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker. It might not be your favorite Batman, but like that was a piece of cinema that none of us will ever forget.
It brought back the franchise for sure.
This is small potatoes in comparison. This is not like on the register for like movies that deserve awards, but this was such a fun watch, and I still feel the feelings that I got from this movie when I was a child.
Member berries.
This is gonna get a respectful 9.2 enjoyment scale out of Booty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of my favorites.
I
to
love
watch.
that. Let's see. I will probably give my Batman Forever booty score an 8.6.
Ooh, an 8.
I'm going to go 8.6. Yeah, because this isn't my favorite Batman. Definitely was the first I remember, like really remembering.
Yeah.
First toys, birthday party, all that. Loved that. I fell in love with Batman through the rest of the media. And my dad, of course. My dad, loves Batman. So, but this has a very special place in our hearts.
I agree. I think
Absolutely.
this is a valid attempt to like kind of encapsulate the cartoony like vibes that you get from the animated series. It's not necessarily nailing it, but I agree. Like I think it has a place here.
And in 2025, having Mr. Freeze or Poison Ivy actually using powers, I'm very curious to see where the franchise goes.
Yeah, I am too.
Thanks for watching that with me.
Dude, thank you for having me, and thank you guys for just like being here with us.
Absolutely,
going on the journey.
Put down in the comments what your favorite Batman is.
Yeah,
how you like Val Kilmer's lips.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to the PatCave.
Here comes Batman, bad in the corner, but it's not Batman, it is Patrick Clark. Patrick Clark.